Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome to this session, the first monthly session of the club. And hello to everyone watching on the replay. I know lots of you have been struggling with Instagram Reels, so I thought I would do a training. Reels made simple. Hopefully, it does just that. Fingers crossed. So yeah, let's get cracking. So Reels. So we're going to be talking about why Reels matter and why you should be using them in your social media to promote your property. I'll be sharing the four parts of a scroll stopping reel and what you can do to make sure that people stop and watch your reel and take it in, and hopefully head to your profile and hit follow or book. I'll also be sharing some easy reel ideas that you can go away and hopefully, yeah, implement, and also some tips on how to film and edit your reels quickly because that can be quite time consuming if you don't know how to go about doing that. So let's get started. Instagram Reels. I think that they're the best way to grow your social media. And if you are committing to posting, if you can only commit to posting once a week, I would try and make the focus a reel. Instagram is really pushing reels and they seem to have a much higher reach than kind of the static posts. So if you aren't going to be posting every day, which is which is a lot, so I wouldn't recommend that anyone to do that necessarily. But if you are, posting once or twice a week, then I'd make sure that that's a real post because you'll get more benefit out of doing that. So that's better to focus your energy there than creating the static posts. They're also a great way to show off your property and your area in a really kind of natural, visual way. I think there's so much more which you can convey through a reel than you can a static post. Yeah, you really, guests can really feel that experience that they'll have staying at your property or, experiencing the area. And I think it can really, yeah, be quite powerful at promoting your property, especially when you match it with some really cool music. Yeah, you can just really, people can really picture themselves staying there. It's almost like a mini advertisement, I suppose, when you're creating this little video, little promo video almost. That being said, although reels are great, they have a really good reach. You don't necessarily need to go viral. I think there's this, everyone's like, oh yeah, I need to get loads of views on my reel. That's not the case. You just need to get in front of the right people. Make sure the right people see it, your target guests see it. And they're actually super easy once you know how to do them. Hopefully, especially after the session, hopefully they'll be super simple and you'll have some steps which you can implement to make them simple and work for you. So, the four parts of a scroll stopping reel. As you know, you probably find on when you're looking through social media yourselves, it's quite easy to keep scrolling and then every now and then you'll find a video or a post that stops you and you'll take it all in and you'll read the caption, you'll watch the reel all the way through and it stops you in your tracks. And that's exactly what you want to try and do with your reels because if you can get people to stay and either watch your reel or engage with your reel, that really helps the visibility of your account. Basically, the way the algorithm works is they make all their money through ads. So they want people on the platform for as long as possible. If you can help Instagram out by by keeping people on the platform for, like a millisecond, a couple of seconds longer, they're going to reward you. And also they want people to have a good experience. So the scroll stopping reel is not only benefiting, you in terms of bookings, but also in terms of engagement and growing your profile too. So it's really, really important. So there's four kind of components to make sure that someone stops in their tracks. The first part is a hook. So this, yeah, and then the visual, the actual what people are seeing happening in the reel. Is there some movement? Is it capturing people's attention? Is it making them want to carry on watching? Then there's the text. What have you got on the top of your reel? Are you explaining what's going on? And also your caption as well. And then a call to action in every single post. And that doesn't necessarily need to be book now. It can be a nice kind of engagement call to action to get people to engage and build that relationship with your followers. So let's start with the hook. This is what initially makes people stop scrolling. Without a hook, they're more than likely just keep on scrolling. They're not going to stop and look. A hook can be a visual hook. So what I mean by that is a bit of movement in your video, and it doesn't have to be, this big movement or things happening. It can just be like a pan across, maybe a nice view, maybe there's a nice sunrise or sunset, and you're just doing a little pan across. Or there can be just any kind of movement that keeps people watching. The second kind of hook is the text hook. So perhaps you're saying things like, oh, you'll never guess where, this is the secret beach that no tourists know about yet, that it's a really hidden gem. And you can use both as well. So you can have visual hook with stuff going on. It's not just a picture or a video which nothing's happening. And you can also put text over the top, so you can use both of them. So for example, in terms of a text hook, you might say something like, oh, you're looking for a cozy autumn break. And if people are looking for that, then that will make them stop. And perhaps the reel you're doing is, the wood burner, maybe you've got some wine or something, or some hot chocolate, just really painting that picture, and that movement within the reel as well will make people stop. There's a bit of movement, and there's the text hook as well that makes people stop and be like, oh, this looks good. Another example of a text hook, maybe it's something like, here's why families love staying at your property name. You might want to change families to, your target guest if you have couples. If you host hen parties, which some owners do, they specialize in just that, then change it to your target guest. Again, stops people scrolling, and it makes sure that the right people find your content. Another one which is working quite well at the minute is this POV, which means point of view. So you might see it quite a lot on Instagram. So it's point of view. You've just checked into your dream cottage, your dream romantic weekend. And it's just a little bit of, that's the text hook. And then there's maybe a little bit of movement as you're walking through the property. And it's almost like you're saying, yeah, you've just checked in. I'm just showing you what it would look like if you checked in. That's kind of what that means. So you've got a bit of movement going on, and that text hook, which keeps people engaged and stops them scrolling. Another one, 3 things to do in your location this weekend. Again, people then wait for the 3 things because they're interested. So these text hooks can be really good for stopping people in their tracks. And a lot of people don't use text on their reels. I'll show you how to add it in a little bit. But yeah, this text will really, really help stop people. The second part, has anyone got any questions about that? Nope. Okay. Then the second part is the visuals, what's going on the screen. So I would keep it short, keep all your clips really short, between 1 to 3 seconds. I know that seems ridiculous, but people's attention spans are so short. I see lots of owners creating amazing reels. They're great, but they are over a minute long, and people's attention spans just aren't there. So don't put so much pressure on yourself. Like, you can literally make a reel that's 7 seconds long, and those kind of reels actually perform really well because you're not overwhelming the people that are engaging with your content. Also, there's more likelihood of someone watching 100% of your reel, which is good in Instagram's eyes because you are keeping them engaged for 100% of your video. Whereas if it's a minute long video, there's that 100%, not many people are going to be watching it all the way through. So splitting it down, if you are doing reels with lots of clips, keep them between 1 and 3 seconds, keep them really, really short. So, for example, you might have some steam rising from a bubbling hot tub. Maybe you're just like walking into a cozy lounge with the fire lit. It can literally be, a sweeping shot of the beach or a countryside walk. Maybe it's a little video of you prepping a welcome hamper. All of this kind of movement is really, really important. And this movement here, there's not a lot of movement. It's quite a calm movement from this, steam rising from a hot tub, or even the fireplace being lit, but it's still some sort of movement which keeps people engaged. It's also really important to make sure that you film vertically in portrait so it fills the screen, instead of filming in landscape when you're not going to fill up the whole reel screen. So always, always, always film in portrait. But the main thing with the visual component is just think movement. It doesn't have to be much, it can be really subtle, but just think a little bit of movement to capture people's attentions in that first video. The next step is the text. So people often watch reels with their sound off on silent. So the text is really, really important. I would keep it short and clear, match it to the hook that we talked about first, so that people have that visual hook, and they're also seeing that text overlay on the reel with the hook as well. So, for example, it might be cozy weekends in Cornwall. You might even use a guest review and say, quote the review and say the best family holiday we've ever had, and maybe it's showing off why your area is so great for families. And you can use Instagram's built-in text to do that. It's really easy to do. I'll show you how to do that. If you are doing any talking to camera videos, make sure that you use Instagram's captions. They are brilliant. They do it all for you. It transcribes really quickly, and for the most part, it does it pretty well. But do just watch through and check if you are using that feature. So that text overlay is really important on your reels, so that people know what they're committing to watching. And then finally, we have the call to action. So you need to be a little bit bossy and tell people what to do next. Don't assume they'll figure it out. You've got to tell people what you want them to do, and don't feel like, oh, I don't like telling people what to do. You're just encouraging them out their shell to engage with you. So, for example, a call to action could be book your stay now, or like check our website, the link is in the bio. Maybe it's message us to see what availability we have left if you don't have a direct booking website yet. It can also be a softer call to action. It doesn't always need to be book now, book now, book now. So it could be something like save this post for your next family getaway. Maybe it's that you're going to share it with someone who needs a break. Or maybe you're encouraging them to comment and say something like, let us know your favorite ice cream flavor in the comments. You're telling them what to do on every single post. And another good one, if you're based in Devon and Cornwall, are you jam or cream first on your scones? Always gets loads of engagement. That's a really fun one to do. Can cause some arguments in the comments, but for the most part, really good engagement. But just, yeah, keep it simple and tie it back to your booking link. And once you've got those 4 parts together, you've now got a reel that stops the scroll. You're stopping the scroll with the hook and the visuals and the text and the caption. You're hopefully giving some sort of value by showing off your property or giving some ideas on what to do with your area. And with the call to action, you're also driving bookings or nurturing a relationship with your followers. So that's how we can get reels to work for you. Now, in terms of filming and editing, a couple of little tricks that you can use. When filming your clips, I would use your phone camera. Don't try and do it within Instagram because sometimes it can be glitchy. Sometimes it can delete stuff. Just make sure you use your phone camera and have everything saved on your camera roll. That way you can also go back and reuse footage as well that you already have. As I said, always film vertically in portrait so it fills the screen. And just think really short clips. So maybe have a little content day at your property and get these lovely short clips. Maybe it's that you're panning across the hot tub, maybe it's a little cut to the wood burner, maybe it's just quite still, maybe you're doing a little pan, maybe it's a little view out the window. And this could be a reel itself, just 3 clips, or it could just be 1 clip. Maybe you're just doing a pan across the hot tub. That could be a reel in itself. You don't need to overcomplicate it. And just, yeah, if you do this and spend some time in your property, record more than you think you'll need. As much as I said, keep it short in terms of editing, actually record more than you'll need because it's so much easier to trim stuff down and reuse it rather than go back and refilm and set up everything so it's staged nicely. Now, editing an Instagram. This is my favorite little trick. Then you can either use templates or you can use self-editing. Does anyone use templates at the moment?
No.
No? Okay. So, templates are great because you don't have to do any of the technical editing bits. They're really, really easy to use. The downside is that once you are in that template, you then can't edit anything. You can only edit the clips that are in it and the text. You can't edit what's like the length of the clips. Sharon does. Sharon uses templates. Yeah. So basically, if you don't know about templates yet, sometimes you'll see if you're scrolling in the Reels tab, in the bottom right hand corner, it will say use as template. So that means that that creator has allowed you to use the template. And basically, all you want to do is I'm going to walk you through from this bit. So when you go to post a new post, if you go to the Reels tab here at the bottom, and then at the top it will come up with camera and it will show all your camera reel. So camera, clip hub, and templates. Then you can select templates. And there'll be lots and lots of templates here. They'll be kind of recommended for you. They'll be trending. So go through and watch some of these videos. You'll find you probably recognize some of the sounds and things. Pick a template you want to use. Just click on it. Then it will appear like this. So it will show you how you can see down here. It's already clipped into lots of little videos. So basically you want to see how many videos you need. So it looks like there's 6 here. And then at the bottom, there is a section which says add media. So you can click that. Then it will come up with this kind of thing again, where you can then add your videos that you want to use, and you can just select it and it will automatically put it into a video for you. You don't have to do anything. Apart from add your text hook, which I'll talk about in a minute. But basically you want to click here at the top, that AA button, and write your text hook over the top. Once you've done that, you just click next. It's all done, it's all ready to go. The only thing you'll want to do is change the cover photo, which appears on your profile. And to do that, because it will automatically select one, if you click edit cover, and then either you can scroll through and find a thumbnail from that video, or you can use a photo on your camera roll. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you can scrub through, or at the bottom here, you can add from camera roll, and then press done. Then, of course, you want to add your caption and your hashtags, adding that in there, and scroll down and make sure to add your location here as well. And that's it. You click share and that's done. So templates are a super easy way to get started with Reels if you're not sure and a bit scared with them. Really, really easy and effective. It doesn't take long at all to do that. And they're normally using trending audio and doing all the right things. So they're a good place to get started, especially if you're a bit short on time. So that's templates. There you can also edit yourself. And there's also a Instagram edits app. So a lot of people use CapCut. There's also Instagram edits. I used it the other day. I tend to just use Instagram, honestly, to edit my reels. I just find it easy. I don't need to do anything too complicated. But I did have a play around with it again the other day and it was a bit glitchy. So I'd personally just stick to Instagram, editing within Instagram itself. So to do that, what you want to do is open Instagram, hit the plus button and choose Reel and take the clips from your phone that you'd like to use. I think some of you were talking about organizing your camera roll into folders so it's easier to find different kinds of content. So if you have done that, you can find your folder here by clicking recent. So it'll just show your main camera roll. But if you click recents, then it should show you the other albums in your phone, any favorite photos and things like that. So you can select that. Oh, I'll get to questions in a minute, Samantha, if that's okay. And then this will pop up and it will give you a suggested audio. So you can either choose one of the audios that pops up if you like the sound of it, or you can click skip and do that bit later. Now, in terms of actually editing your videos into smaller bite-sized reels, a really good tool is the split icon. So basically you want to drag your video to where you want it to end. And at the bottom here, if you scroll along to the right, there is a split option. As you can see here. So what you want to do is then click your video and it will highlight in yellow like this and show that you've got it highlighted. And then you can click split and that will split the clips into two and you could delete the part of the clip that you don't want. Another easy way to edit the video is to actually click the clip like this to have it selected so it's yellow, and then you can drag either side to trim it. To add a text overlay onto your reel, what you want to do is at the bottom here again, there is a text box. So you can click that and that will appear with this screen. Oh, is it? Oh, I did a lovely video for you. It's not playing. Oh no. And then you can type in your text. You can change the color by clicking this one and click done. And that's it done. You can make it bigger and smaller by pinching. And then the next part is your audio. So if you didn't like the look or the sound of any of the audios at the beginning, you can click audio in the bottom left-hand corner here, and that will bring up loads of different audio options. It's better to use one that's trending, and you'll know if a song is trending because they have the little up arrow in the bottom left-hand corner here. So, and also there's the trending tab, so you can have a little flick through there, choose your audio and add it on. Once that's done, just make sure everything's okay. So as you can see, I've got the text here now, and then you can hit publish with your caption, location and hashtags as we've talked about. Some tips for even better reels. Less is definitely more. You don't need to overcomplicate things. Keep it simple. Just have one video and have it like 7 seconds long. Create a reel that's 7 seconds long. Don't try to overcomplicate things. If you are doing a reel with lots of different clips, keep each clip really short, between 1 to 3 seconds. It just keeps it high energy and stops people getting bored, will stop people scrolling, and keep people engaged with your content. Always use natural light where possible, so try and film in daylight or sort of golden hour near windows, that kind of thing, if you're doing any property content, just to make sure it's, again, eye-catching in the feed. And if you are doing any voiceover, make sure the captions are used. But the main thing is, done is better than perfect. You're not trying to do a Hollywood production here. There's no awards, and I think guests relate to that authenticity. So yeah, just keep it simple and get it done. Before I go into the easy reel ideas, does anyone have any questions about anything we covered so far?
Yeah, I I've got a couple, Katie. That's
Sure.
really clear and helpful. Thank you. About the templates. So my question is, and apologies if you've answered it already, but can you edit the length of the clip in the template?
No,
No, okay.
that's
I
yeah,
thought
that
not. And do you have to add media in the template?
yeah. So when the template comes up and you selected that you want to use it, you click Add Media,
Okay,
and you then add your videos in. It will auto clip it for you. You can't make it
okay,
longer or anything. So yeah.
okay. And my last question, why is it better to use a song that's trending? What does that do? Sorry if that's
Um,
a silly question.
no, so
Uh,
it used to be like one of the best ways to grow your account um, with a
okay,
trending audio. That's not quite the case anymore, but I think there's still a lot of benefit to using trending audio. I think it's kind
okay,
of a psychological thing.
okay.
When people hear that sound over and over again, I'm sure when you're scrolling, you'll hear the same songs all the time if they're current. And it's kind of that association, I guess,
Okay.
and building that trust. And yeah, definitely helps the visibility of your posts. So yeah.
Thank you.
Any more questions before I get on to the easy real ideas? Uh, nope. I'll get going. Okay. So obviously you have your social media templates. So those are great ones to make into Reels. If you want some more ideas in terms of your property, if you're thinking about promoting autumn, you could share some nice cozy autumn evenings by the log burner. Think about short clips of the fire, some blankets, hot chocolate, wine and cheese, or board games. Just creating that atmosphere so you can really show off your property in the autumn and encourage guests to come and stay. Even though it's not glorious sunshine all the time, actually, it can be quite cozy when it's stormy outside and a bit miserable. There's definitely some benefits of it. Maybe you could do a wake up here post if you've got some amazing views. You could pan across, the bedroom window, or wherever the views are at sunrise or sunset, and just allow guests to picture themselves there. Again, this is just one video, really. You don't need to overcomplicate it. This can be one video that you have on your camera roll to make into a nice reel. Wake up here. Maybe you've got a hot tub. That's a great thing to promote. So, hot tub goals, having that steam rising, glasses of fizz, that kind of thing. Maybe you want to do a little kitchen tour. Maybe you've got a lovely Aga or a coffee machine. Maybe you've got a really lovely welcome hamper with lots of local goods that you want to share. Lots of things that you can create reels about. These are quite topical for right now. In terms of the area, a nice one to do would be 3 things to do in your location this autumn. And this might be a bit of a longer reel, or you could potentially make this into a bit of a series and do one, I don't know, every week or something like that if you're posting more regularly. This is one of our 3 things of our 3-part series. Or you can make it into one big reel and share maybe a walking trail, maybe pub lunch, and then go back to the cottage. perhaps perfect family day out, depending on who your target guest is. So think about a playground, a beach, even if it's autumn, or maybe actually using some of your videos from the summer and your ice cream and all that kind of stuff to promote for next summer. To say, yeah, we're starting to get bookings. Make sure that you book now because we're going to be fully booked, and this is what the summer looked like this year. Really show the area off. Another one which works really well is that kind of hidden gem tip, which a lot of holiday makers don't necessarily see. So maybe it's a short clip of a local secret spot or restaurant, which not many people know about. I know there's definitely a few in my area, which I'm like, oh, I don't really want to tell anyone about that, but they've definitely create some great content. Then you kind of got behind the scenes content, which again does really well because people can see hopefully you and build that relationship with you and build that trust so they feel happy to book direct. So thinking things like prepping the cottage, making the bed, fluffing the pillows, setting up the welcome basket, any little things that you can share there. Any kind of seasonal touches that you might be adding to your property now. So pumpkins, Christmas isn't that far away, so the Christmas tree going up when we get there, daffodils on the table, that kind of thing. You could do a clean transformation, so like before versus after guest arrival, show you doing a little changeover, a little time lapse. Maybe you could do, a day in the life of an Airbnb host, something like that, or as a holiday cottage owner. And then, of course, reviews and testimonials. So you could take a line from a review and overlay it on video clips of the property. I think I shared this one at the start. Yeah, best family holiday we've ever had. You could do a little montage of the garden, the lounge, a beach nearby, whatever guests are talking about, sharing those clips and overlaying that review. And this is like kind of trend. You just checked into your dream holiday cottage, then you can show off the key highlights. That's kind of the proof content. So yeah, I hope that's all clear for you and hopefully made reels simple. I'd love for you all to post a reel this week with a clear caption, your hook and text over the top, a call to action. I'd love for you all to share a link in the Facebook group as well so we can all cheer you on and also give you some more feedback so we can keep developing it and keep improving them. Has anyone got any questions about anything that we've covered? Hopefully it's making things simple.
Hi, Katie, it's Emily here.
Hello.
Hello. I was just wondering, when you put the call to action, like the kind of book now, or so two questions. One, on a reel, can you put a link, or do you need to say book on the link in the bio?
No, you can't put a link in the reel, so you'll have to put that in your caption or
Okay,
or
perfect.
as text
Thank
on the
you.
reel. Yeah.
I'll stop looking for how to do that then. And then the next question is when you have that call to action, do you have that all the way from the start of the reel, or do you just have it at the end?
I just have the call to action at the end.
Okay.
Yeah. Depending on how long, the reel is, but I think definitely having the sort of headline hook text at the start, and potentially that either you can either make that stay there throughout the whole reel or cut it to the first couple of seconds, depending on your content. Sometimes you might find that you've got content that it would get in the way if you had that there the whole time, if you see what I mean, if there's like a blue
Yeah.
sky and then you're going to something else. So yeah,
Yeah.
have a little play around. But yeah, I'd have that at the end.
At the end. Brilliant. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Katie, would you be able to look at a reel that I posted that I think I put a clip of it on Facebook, but it was a reel that I posted about 10 days ago before I went away. It would just be really useful to have feedback on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. I think I saw that on the
Oh, fine.
on
Okay,
the Facebook
that's
group.
great.
So yeah, I'll give you
Uh,
some feedback on that for sure.
Thank you.
Any final questions? Feel good. Well, if you have got any questions, if I haven't made reels simple, please let me know. But yeah, hopefully this has helped you, and the templates is a really, really great one to be using. But yeah, I'd love to see everyone's reels in the group. If you've got any questions, you know where I am, and I'll see you all very soon.
Thank you. That's brilliant.
Have a nice evening.
Thank you. Bye.